Fight fans, we back at it again. So, Brezeale says Wilder's a disgrace to American boxing, and he wants to retire him. He believes that he will potentially retire the WBC world champion. If the undefeated puncher takes an unexpected loss Saturday night, whew, he said it's going to be bad. He said, man, like, this is going to be the first time that Wilder's been in the ring since his controversial 12-round decision. But Brezeale is holding nothing back. He says he's going to fall into a great state of depression when he cripples him. Wow. Man, this guy wants all of the smoke. Let's get into it. Two hands. Yo, what up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, a.k.a. Mr. Two Hands Up. You know what it is, man. And I'm just here to bring y'all another article breaking about Dominic Brezeale with his upcoming match next weekend on May 18th against the Bronze Bomber, the one-punch right-hand wonder, as he would like to call himself, Mr. Deontay Wilder, man. All right, so this is how it's basically going, man. I'm going to just go ahead and chop this down because, I give y'all a little preview of the article. So it basically explains, basically what's going on. So let's just go ahead and jump into the synopsis. All right, basically, Dominic Brezeale has a lot riding on this fight. And he's been training his ass off, as I stated on the last blog. He's had his head down, and he's just been doing his fucking thing. Now, I got to watch the little Showtime or whatever, the first, the thing they do on Showtime, 24/7 or something like that, when they follow both boxers, up, into the upcoming bout. And basically, you know what I'm saying, they only gave Brezeale like 5 to 7 minutes, and he a PBC fighter too, but they gave Deontay Wilder like the other fucking 22. And, basically, he tried to push this whole fake agenda with the whole racial narrative, living off of the old Fury situation and everything like that. And it was just completely disingenuous. And I just found it to be kind of, crafty and slick in a way to, and try to play up this event that is basically a bomb, as tickets aren't going to sell. And I said if they probably selling this to one few people that believe in him, his family members, and the other individuals just genuinely want to see him get knocked out because he hasn't been what we would like to consider, a great staple of our heavyweight champions in America. And it's the truth, you know what I'm saying? So Brezeale, basically this article is about, he said that after this fight, Deontay Wilder will choose to retire. And, what he was saying was of rational depiction, was depicted rationally, I should say. I say that because, we ain't never known Deontay to deal with no loss or how he going to take a loss or anything like that. He's been protected every step of the way. Like, they've been dodgy with the whole thing with Dillian White, a guy we really want to see him get in the ring with and get crushed by, but he's been very, well, like I said, they are protecting Deontay Wilder. But, Deontay Wilder has had a very fucking slow start to his career, and it's very fucking strange to me to consider how people have pacified the level of opposition and the fact that he only has one win over a credible opponent that just still has Bernard Hopkins DNA and just still able to bang damn near 50 years old, because I know this dude ain't 40, man. Like, I know a 40-year-old face when I see one, and it ain't that. You know what I mean? So, basically saying that he was going to retire, and it's just going to send him into a great depression because the people around him, the way they speak, you know what I'm saying? Basically, he got a bunch of yes men in his corner. A bunch of people that just, along for the ride, to keep, pacifying his career and just, follow him through whatever journey that he's going on, and that whole speak it, believe it, receive it moniker. So, he ushers positivity in himself mentally. But the fact that he has never dealt with adversity, he doesn't know how to come back from that. And I believe that, once he catches a loss, which I'm just expanding on what Brezeale is saying in my own words, once he catches a loss and he faces that adversity, I think it's going to be hard for him to bounce back because he has played himself up to be everything that every other heavyweight isn't. in his mind. But, you know, Anthony Joshua faced Dominic Brezeale, what, at 16, 17 fight, something like that? Like on some journeyman shit or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I think I heard this from one of the, who was it, Bruce Vane or some shit like that? He even said that, you know what I'm saying, I think he said Anthony Joshua used him as a journeyman or something like that. But anyway, like I'm saying this, man, look, honestly, man, I want to like this dude, man, but he's just not giving me anything that I can hold on to, man. It's just like, it's one thing if you kept your mouth closed and you handled your business and you knocked over tomato cans and you were honest about the fact that they were tomato cans. But when you mention guys like Bermain Stavern, Luis Ortiz, and you know what I'm saying, like Eric Molina and guys like that, like you're giving the fans what they want, and you've been a champion since 2015, and you've got Anthony Joshua who's coming later, and he's covered more ground and done way more than what you have done in 22 fights. It kind of begs us to believe, like, yo, what is going on? It's supposed to be one face, one name. And Anthony Joshua was really going after that moniker without mentioning it, and you are running from it because you've had every opportunity to fight him. Now, Brezeale has every right to feel the way he feels, and I believe a person who has something to fight for, you know what I'm saying, and nothing to lose, he's got everything to fight for, but at the same time, he has nothing to lose because he's not a champion. So him catching a loss and already facing the bouts of defeat, he already knows how that feels. But for Deontay Wilder not knowing how that feels and being the WBC's last American savior, you know, when they really should try to usher in a guy like Brezeale, a classy individual, you know what I'm saying? He might not be your marquee, swagged out, typical guy, you know what I mean? He might be a little bit more cookie cutter than people like, but he is a good guy. And he is a good champion that does take on opposition. And to know that Dominic Brezeale was trying to be a quarterback for the New York Giants when he went for those tryouts, and then he ends up getting into an elitist program which helps college players transition into elite boxing and on pro championship level boxing, and he did that from the age of 23 to what is Brezeale now? I believe Brezeale's like what, like 33 or something like that. That just goes to show you that he was on a fast track and fighting way harder opposition. So Dominic Brezeale, I truly believe that he is ready for whatever Deontay Wilder throws at him. He has a fucking chin like Jared Hurd, so he'll be able to walk through and take the punishment. And believe it or not, he has heavy hands, and we know Deontay Wilder has a light chin. So will this bout send Deontay Wilder into a depression? I don't know, but I think it will humble him. If it doesn't send him into a depression, man, it'll definitely humble him because he's a disgrace, man. I got 60%, you know what I'm saying? 60% of my viewers come from the UK. And I mean, like, we just have realistic dialogue, man. And, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing that was mentioned on that, like, yo, people feel bad for us, my nigga. Like, they feel bad that we go through what we go through with this nigga, man. And it's kind of, you know what I'm saying, sad, but it is what it is. But I'm not looking for nobody to win or lose. I'm just looking for progression in the heavyweight division, and I'm looking for progression in our sport. So if a change of the tide and a change and new blood in the water holding that belt is going to position us to get better fights and a heavyweight champion that is going to go for broke, because you know Dominic Brezeale is going to chase that loss and try to get it back. So that just shows the integrity of the individual, considering that Deontay Wilder has not tried to conquer that in the whole tenure that he's been in the sport. So, you know, Dominic Brezeale might be on something. Hate it if you want to, call him trash or whatever, but one thing you can say, he ain't no sucker and he means what he say. Unlike Deontay Wilder, where you get this flip-flop perspective where he bounce back and forth, you don't know what to believe with this guy. I'm just at the point where I'm sick of it, man. It's just, all it is with me is, man, put up or shut the fuck up, man. Like real rap. But that's the article I got for you today. I'm not going to expand on it a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to put it out. That is what it is, man. And as we always say at the end of this joint, man, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. And this is the Two Hands Up Show. Respect, and as always, let's giddy go.